Your life does not change when you discover something new. Your life changes when you actually do something new. Think about that for a moment. Most people already know what they are supposed to do. They know they should be exercising regularly. They know they should be reading more. They know they should be putting in real effort toward their goals each and every day. The problem is never really about knowledge. The problem is always about action. And that is precisely where dreams are either won or completely lost. Because ideas alone will never change your life. Plans sitting in a notebook will never change your life. Good intentions locked inside your head will never change your life. Only action does that. Only movement does that. Only doing does that. Success is completely predictable when you understand the real formula behind it. It is not luck, and it is certainly not magic. It is hard work, and it is discipline applied consistently over time. Every truly successful person understands this at their core. They do not sit around waiting for perfect conditions to appear. They do not wait until they feel sufficiently motivated to begin. They simply act. Some days they feel inspired and energized. Some days they feel absolutely nothing like that. But they move forward regardless. That right there is the real difference between the person who reaches their potential and the person who never quite gets there. Let me ask you a question worth sitting with. How many of your goals are still just sitting there waiting for you? How many dreams have been delayed, not because you lacked the talent to pursue them, but simply because you delayed the action required to chase them? Think about it honestly. A year from now, your entire life could look completely different, not because of one giant dramatic decision made in a single moment, but because of small, deliberate actions taken consistently every single day. One extra page read each morning, one extra workout completed each week, one extra hour spent focused entirely on building your future. Small actions repeated consistently create enormous results over time. The future does not improve through hope alone. It improves through action backed by intention. And here is something critically important that most people overlook entirely. Action creates momentum. The hardest part of any journey is almost always the beginning. Once you actually start moving, the next step becomes noticeably easier, and then the step after that becomes easier too. But if you keep standing still and waiting for some invisible signal to begin, absolutely nothing moves forward. Your confidence does not grow when you are standing still. Your skills do not sharpen when you are standing still. Your dreams remain exactly where they are when you refuse to take the first step toward them. So stop waiting for motivation to arrive at your doorstep. Stop waiting for certainty to hand you a guarantee. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to present itself like a gift. The perfect moment very rarely comes in the form most people imagine it. The truly successful person develops the ability to act despite uncertainty, to move despite the presence of fear, to begin even before they feel completely ready. Because action itself is the cure. It is the cure for doubt that keeps you frozen. It is the cure for procrastination that keeps you stuck. It is the cure for regret that haunts you when you look back on time wasted. Every single person on this earth has dreams. Every single person carries goals somewhere deep inside them. Every single person holds ideas about what their life could one day become. But dreams alone are simply not enough to get you there. Goals written on paper alone are not enough. Ideas floating around in your mind alone are not enough. Because a dream without action attached to it remains nothing more than a dream. And that is precisely where so many people find themselves stuck for years. They spend years planning out their future. They spend years thinking about what could be. They spend years waiting for the right moment to arrive. Waiting for motivation to finally show up, waiting for confidence to fully build itself, waiting for perfect timing that never quite comes. But life does not reward intention. Life rewards action. Success is not something you sit around wishing for quietly. It is something you get up and work for relentlessly every single day. That is a lesson worth writing down and remembering always. The person who takes action imperfectly and messily will always move further ahead than the person who waits endlessly for perfect conditions. Because action creates movement, and movement creates real progress that you can see and feel and build upon. Now let me ask you something important. What is one thing you know you should be doing right now in your life? Maybe it is finally starting that project you have been putting off for months. Maybe it is taking serious steps to improve your health and your energy. Maybe it is working consistently on a dream you have been quietly postponing because the timing never felt quite right. Deep down inside, you already know the answer. You have always known. The real challenge has never been about knowing what to do. The real challenge has always been about actually doing it. And that is exactly why you must develop the habit of pushing yourself forward. Not occasionally when the mood strikes you. Not only when everything feels perfectly aligned. Every single day, without exception. Because success is not built in moments of inspiration. Success is built daily through small and simple disciplines practiced over and over again. Every day. Not when you feel motivated. Not when life feels easy and comfortable. every single day, regardless of how you feel when you wake up. Some days you will feel genuinely excited about your work and your goals. Some days you will feel nothing close to that. Some days you will wake up with energy and clarity and purpose. Some days you will wake up exhausted and uncertain and heavy. That is completely normal. That is simply part of being a human being living a real life. But your future does not respond to your mood. Your future does not adjust itself based on how you feel on any given morning. Your future responds only to your actions. That is precisely why discipline matters so deeply. That is precisely why the people who build extraordinary lives are the ones who learn to act regardless of how they felt in any particular moment. Action is the bridge between possibility and reality. Without action, your potential stays completely hidden inside you. Your talent sits unused. Your dreams stay permanently unfinished. But the moment you introduce consistent action into your life, everything begins to shift. Your skills start improving in ways you can actually notice. Your confidence starts building naturally. Your opportunities start increasing because you are now moving and visible and growing. And slowly but surely, you begin becoming the person you always knew you were capable of being. Now understand something really important here. You do not need massive, overwhelming actions every single day to create an extraordinary life. What you need is consistent action taken daily without negotiation. A few pages read each morning before the world gets loud. A workout completed even when your body would rather stay still. A single task finished instead of being pushed to tomorrow. A promise made to yourself that you actually keep this time. These small actions may not feel powerful or significant in the moment you are doing them. They may feel almost too simple to matter. But over weeks and months and years, they change absolutely everything about your life. Because consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds the kind of results that once seemed completely out of reach. What you do every single day will always matter infinitely more than what you do occasionally when the energy happens to be right. That is how successful people genuinely think about their days. They do not chase bursts of motivation and hope for the best. They build habits, they build systems, they build daily disciplines that carry them forward, even when nothing inside them wants to move. So stop sitting around waiting for perfect conditions that may never arrive. Stop waiting to feel completely ready because that feeling may never fully come. Stop waiting for some future improved version of yourself to show up and handle everything. Start right now. Start exactly where you are standing today. Start with exactly what you currently have available to you. Because action has a remarkable way of creating confidence that you could never manufacture just by thinking. The more you actually do the work, the more you genuinely believe in your own ability. The more you believe in your own ability, the more you consistently achieve. And it all begins with one single decision made in one ordinary moment. The decision to push yourself past comfort. The decision to act when everything in you wants to wait. The decision to move forward, even when it feels uncomfortable and difficult and uncertain. Because every single day that you choose action over hesitation, you become a stronger version of yourself. Every single day that you choose discipline over excuses, you move one real step closer to everything you have been working toward. So carry this with you always. Your dreams are waiting for you to show up. Your future is waiting for you to build it. Your potential is waiting for you to unlock it through consistent daily effort. But none of it comes to life on its own. None of it appears simply because you want it badly enough. It all comes to life the moment you take real committed action and keep taking it even when it is hard. Push yourself every single day without waiting for permission. Take the step even when you cannot yet see the full staircase. Do the work especially on the days when it feels the heaviest. And watch your life begin to change in ways that will genuinely surprise you. If you only ever work when you happen to feel like it, you will accomplish very little in your lifetime. Let us talk honestly about one of the biggest and most dangerous traps that exists in modern life. Waiting. Waiting to feel sufficiently motivated before starting. Waiting to feel confident enough before trying. Waiting to feel inspired enough before creating. Waiting for the perfect mood to finally descend on you like a reward. And while you are standing there waiting patiently for all of that, life keeps moving forward without pausing for you. Days slip past, weeks disappear, months stack on top of each other, and suddenly you look up and realize that nothing around you has changed at all. Not because you lack the ability to change it, not because the right opportunities never appeared, but simply because you kept choosing to wait just a little longer. Think about how many times in your own life you have said the words that so many people say every single day. I will start tomorrow when I have more energy. I will do it properly once I feel truly ready. I am honestly just not in the right mood for it today. Those words sound completely harmless when you say them once, but repeated consistently over time, they become a deeply embedded habit. and habits are what shape every aspect of your future, whether you chose them intentionally or simply drifted into them through avoidance. The future does not improve by chance or coincidence. The future improves through deliberate change, and change requires real action, not perfect emotional conditions, because emotions are completely unpredictable by nature. Some mornings you will wake up feeling genuinely unstoppable. Some mornings you will wake up feeling like the weight of everything is pressing down on you. Some days the energy will flow freely and everything will feel possible. Some days you will feel discouraged and flat and unsure of everything. That experience is entirely normal. That is simply what it feels like to be a human being navigating a real life. But if your actions are entirely dependent on how your feelings happen to be arranged on any given day, your progress will always remain deeply inconsistent. An inconsistent effort will always produce inconsistent results that leave you frustrated and confused about why things are not moving. The honest truth is straightforward and simple. Successful people do not take action because they happen to feel good in that moment. They take action because they made a firm decision and they honor that decision regardless of what their emotions are doing. A decision to remain committed to their goals no matter what. A decision to stay disciplined even on the difficult days. A decision to keep moving forward even when every part of them would rather stop and rest. That is precisely where real growth happens and nowhere else. Discipline is ultimately the ability to make yourself do what you know you should do when you know you should do it, whether you feel like doing it or not. Let that idea settle into you, whether you feel like it or not. Because your goals do not reorganize themselves around your mood. Your future does not accept excuses no matter how understandable they are. Your future responds only and always to action. Picture a farmer standing at the edge of his field. What if that farmer only went out to plant seeds on the days when he felt genuinely inspired to do so? What if he only worked the soil when he happened to wake up in a particularly good mood? There would simply be no harvest at any point during the year. The crop does not grow because the farmer felt enthusiastic. The crop grows because the farmer did the work consistently, regardless of how he felt standing in that field. Success operates by exactly the same principle. You must do the necessary work with consistency, not based on your emotional state in any given moment. Now, here is something that most people genuinely do not understand until they experience it directly. Action creates motivation, not the other way around as most people believe. Most people are sitting around thinking that they need motivation to arrive first before they can begin taking action. But every truly successful person knows from real experience that you need action first, and motivation follows naturally from that. The moment you actually begin doing the work, your energy starts increasing. Your focus sharpens noticeably. Momentum begins building beneath you and carrying you forward. The hardest moment is always the very first step of beginning. After that, the entire process gradually becomes more manageable and even natural. So do not wait until you feel better before starting. Act first, and you will begin feeling better as a direct result of that action. That is genuinely how confidence gets built over time. That is how discipline gets built. That is how real lasting success gets constructed. One action taken at a time, one day committed to at a time, one decision honored at a time. So from this moment forward, stop asking yourself whether you feel like doing it today. Instead, ask yourself whether it is genuinely important to your future. If the honest answer is yes, then do it. Not because motivation is running high, not because inspiration happened to show up this morning, but because your future deserves that level of commitment from you. The people who go on to achieve truly great things in their lives are not always the ones with the most natural talent or the most fortunate circumstances. They are most often simply the most consistent ones in the room. They learned and fully embraced one of the most powerful lessons available to any human being. Feelings come and go, like weather passing through. But discipline built through daily choice stays with you and compounds over time into something extraordinary. So stop waiting for the perfect mood to arrive before you begin. It may honestly never come in the form you are hoping for. Instead, build the powerful habit of acting anyway, every single day. Because every single time you take real action despite how you feel in that moment, you become stronger than your excuses. And every single time you become stronger than your excuses, you become a better and more capable version of yourself than you were yesterday. Do not wait for the perfect mood or the perfect moment or the perfect set of circumstances. Take action right now today. Your future is being actively built in this very moment through the choices you make. Success truly is a few simple disciplines practiced every single day. Read that again and let it change how you move through every day you are given. Not once a month, not once a year, Every single day. That is where success truly lives, in the daily actions that most people choose to overlook. We often look at great achievements from a distance: a thriving business, a healthy and strong body, a sharp and focused mind, a meaningful and fulfilled life. And from the outside, all of it looks extraordinary, almost unreachable. But what we never get to see are the small, quiet actions that built it from the ground up. The early mornings that nobody witnessed, the extra effort that nobody applauded, the daily discipline that never made headlines, the repeated habits that seem too minor to matter. Those small things, done with consistency, that is the real secret hiding in plain sight. Most people dramatically underestimate what they can accomplish within a single year because they deeply underestimate the power of just one day. One day of reading something valuable, one day of physical exercise, one day of focused and intentional work. A single day may not seem like it matters at all, but repeat it tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. Now something truly powerful begins to take shape. Momentum. What is easy to do is also easy not to do, and that simple truth changes everything. Reading 10 pages is easy, but it is also just as easy to skip them entirely. Taking a walk is easy, but it is equally easy to stay seated. Working toward your goals for 30 minutes is easy, but it is just as easy to push it off until later. And that is precisely where lives begin to move in completely different directions. One person chooses to do the small things every single day. Another person consistently ignores them. At first, standing side by side, there is almost no visible difference between the two. But after weeks pass, then months, then years, the gap between them becomes enormous, almost impossible to close, because success compounds over time. Just as money multiplies and grows through compound interest, your habits grow stronger and more powerful through daily repetition. Every positive action adds a layer. Every disciplined choice constructs something lasting. Every productive day generates more momentum. And eventually, what began as small, quiet actions transforms into results that the world cannot ignore. Now take a moment and think about nature itself. A tree does not grow tall in a single afternoon. It grows slowly, little by little, quietly and consistently, day after day, season after season. And one day, people walk past it and admire its incredible height and strength. But that strength was being built long before anyone ever stopped to notice. Your life works in precisely the same way. The strength you are building today will be admired by others tomorrow, even though right now it is invisible. Many people give up far too soon because they do not see immediate results staring back at them. They exercise for a week and then stop. They read for a few days and then stop. They commit to a goal for a month and then quietly abandon it. Why does this keep happening? Because they arrived expecting instant rewards in a world that rewards patience and consistency above all else. The major factor determining your better future is you and no one else. The future version of you, the one you dream about, is being shaped and constructed right now, in this very moment. Not by what you plan to accomplish someday, not by what you hope to achieve eventually, but by what you actually choose to do today. That is precisely why daily action carries such enormous weight. Every single day is a vote cast for the person you are in the process of becoming. When you choose discipline over comfort, you cast a vote for growth. When you choose learning over distraction, you cast a vote for wisdom. When you choose action over hesitation, you cast a vote for success. And over time, those accumulated votes create your identity and define your character entirely.